celiac trunk. So you have celiac trunk. Nobody answered me, so I didn't give it to you. If you look on page 372, and you look at that ventral aspect of this descending aorta, you can see there are three main things coming off it on the ventral aspect that are single offshoots. Single offshoot rather than a pair. And those single offshoots are the celiac trunk, the superior mesenteric, and the inferior mesenteric. The superior and the celiac are really close together. Do you see how these two are really close together? Those are those two. First one and second one. Then as you go further along, you get down, and actually there's a much larger distance in that descending aorta between the superior mesenteric and the inferior mesenteric. The inferior mesenteric is going to go to the colon. It's actually going to go to the rectal area. And it's going to go to the mesenteries that are supplying the digestive system and holding on to it so that it stays attached to the back of the cat, the back of the abdominal cavity. So it actually comes out about right here. And it goes up, and I pinned it over here and over to the mesenteries. Do you see how it's connected there? Okay, so that's going to be that. There are other ones. They tend to have pairs to them, and they're smaller. They're going to be coming off all the way along, but this is one of the main ones there. So that is going to be the inferior mesenteric. Then renal, already showed you, and external iliac, internal iliac, and femoral. Where would femoral be? Femur is going to be thigh. So it's going to be, if you're actually in the leg itself, you see how it's already in the leg and it's extending up along the femur. So that's going to be the femoral. Just after that split is going to be the external iliac. This split down here, internal iliac. And then there are other ones as well, but those are the main things you need to know. So 13, external, 14, internal, and femoral in the leg. Then when we get to the veins, you already knew superior, inferior, or pre-cava, post-cava. There also is a very large vessel that's going to supply the posterior aspect of the body. But the main things you need to know, let's see. Pull aside, please. There it is. See how it's coming up? That's the vena cava. And that'll go down through and continue on to the abdominal cavity. So that is the inferior vena cava, and it goes all the way down, all the way down. All right, next thing, external jugular. If you look on page 374, you have external jugular, and then you have an internal jugular as well. So the external and internal, but if you notice on your list, I think you only have to know the external. So don't get confused. Make sure you know if I pin the internal, that's a none of the above if it doesn't have internal listed. And you shouldn't have to know internal for the cat, so this is the external. All right, and the same thing over here. You have external, but that's where they injected the dye, and it kind of went, so I used the left-hand side as much. All right, so the external jugular. Subclavian, as it comes up and is going up and around, the first thing that it's going to be called, first you have your superior or pre-cava, and it's going up. Now remember, this one going up to the chest is not one you needed to know, just like the artery was. This is fitting, you do not need to know. But here we have a branching into the two sides, or coming from the two sides. Right before it, it's still going to be superior vena cava. As you get up into these two branches, as you approach these first two branches, you get up in there and branch off. You're going to both the neck. See how the external and internal jugulars go up to the neck or come from the neck? And you go to the arm. So what's this part called? Brachiocephalic, same type of thing. Because it's coming from both, or it's flowing to both if it's an artery. So that's going to be brachiocephalic. Then this branch goes into the jugulars, and then right after it, it would be called subclavian, because you've gotten past the section that goes to the neck. So you've gotten past the section that goes to the neck, so you're in the subclavian. The subclavian, see, they're going out of order. It's all wacky. Then you go to axillary. So you're still in the shoulder region, not in part of the arm, axillary. And then getting up into the arm, what would that be called? Brachial. Excellent. Then we have brachiocephalic, they jumped right backwards, but I already showed that to you. Renal, down by the kidney, back to the kidney. It's that big one. Those ones are really easy to pin. So that's renal. Common iliac, external iliac, internal iliac, femoral, greater saphenous. So common would come first. So as you're going down, and you have to, this is the bladder, and you get down in here, it's actually going to be deep to the arteries. So it's underneath all of this. So if I were pinning it, I'd probably move the arteries over to show you. Then that first branch off, right after it's going to be called what? The common iliac. And that common iliac will then branch into two parts. A part that goes deep, it will be the internal, and then external. So it branches off. So you need to look at the branches. You have a first branch, you have the second branch. If you're on the second branch and you're inside, it's internal iliac. If you're before that, you're the common. Does that make sense? And then external. And then you get a little bit more complicated in that you get into, let's see, just remembering which ones you know. Just the femoral and the greater saphenous. Okay, so femoral, you're going to be along the femur again. So it's going to be that first offshoot here, up into the leg. But then, where it branches, and some of it goes deep, some of it goes out along, this is the greater saphenous. That's going to go all the way down to the lower leg. So this is going to be femoral. Right before it, this is going to be external iliac before that. Everything you need to know. So keep working on your tree